Hello, my beautiful warriors of love. My name is Sabrina, for everyone that's new here. And I come to you with a lot. I have a lot to say on this Let's Talk. Because the energies, again, I feel like I'm on this record player. Most of you know what that is. Record player. It's just like scratching. It's like going back to the beginning. The energies are wild. It's like, oh, she's saying the same thing she said for the past 12 months in 2024. Yes, they are. But things are like, and every month I get on here and I say, oh, things are getting clearer now. And they are. They kind of are getting clearer, but it's not without a lot of energy work that we are here. We're being asked. I mean, we're not being asked. It's kind of our jobs right, on this planet to be able to start recognizing who we are, the power that we are. And it's something that gets lost in translation. Because we're the power of the planet. I could tell you this and for like 5 minutes you're gonna feel it. You're gonna like, I am the power, my vibration is high, my frequency, and then boom, you move back into programming where you think about an old trauma, you get reverted back into that old wound, or someone reminds you, or someone passes, and you start to feel the revenge, and you feel the sadness and the depression, and it's like you get lost again. There's like a lot of layers to this Let's Talk that I want to talk about, and it begins with identity. Let's begin with that, and labeling. My avatar's name is Sabrina. I am not Sabrina, right? I am dot. That's it. I am a product of God and the universe that is having this human experience, and Sabrina is my avatar. I am not a tarot reader. I'm experiencing reading for clients. I'm experiencing guiding clients. I'm experiencing living in a home. I'm experiencing having children, if you are having children. I'm experiencing being in a relationship. We're experiencing these things, but we're not that. And that's where we kind of lose ourselves, because we become attached to the I am rich, I am poor, I am hairy, I am white, I am black, I am this, I'm that, but not really. And that's where, you are, and that was your experience that you chose, and it was beautiful that we chose that. We chose this experience of being, I chose an experience of being a Caucasian, of Italian origin, living in one of the coldest countries in the world, right? And I chose this for a reason, though. There is not a coincidence of where you are in the world. If you're in Siberia, if you're in Singapore, if you're in Canada, if you're in Brazil, everything. It's not about you chose to be that culture, you chose to be that race, you chose to be that, but you have a purpose, right? And there's a invisible grid line. There's a lot more at work than meets the eye. Everythof is very unseen in front of us. We're not seeing things because we're using only. What they say in science, you only use 4% of the capacity of your brain. Well, yeah, man, we're not even using that. We're not seeing because we're so attached, we're bogged down by the program. And we knew this coming in. Every single lifetime we come in knowing, when you leave the earth, you do go back to your council, and they all laugh at you, and they all laugh with you, and they say, oh, you see where you went wrong here, or you see or not that you went wrong, you see where you went off the path there, you see what happened. Okay, so the next lifetime we got to rectify this, and then right? Because we're the mirrors, right? I in many videos you will find me talk about the mirrors, that we are the reflection. And many videos you will hear me say that if there is an injustice in the world, if there is a war, if there is death, if there is natural disaster, if there, whatever it is that we're seeing in this world, it's because it's within you. And if you, like, if you're angry about it, especially if you're angry about an injustice, instead of looking at the injustice and saying, if I am recognizing this as something very painful and I'm crying about it, or if I'm angry about it, or I'm not, I as the Sabrina outside of the soul, right, the Sabrina as the avatar, recognize that this is something that's stuck in my vessel, and I, Sabrina, need to release this. I need to forgive and release and love myself, because I'm perpetuating this injustice by continuously being angry about it and sad about it, and and victimizing myself or victimizing the people that are going through that, because it's really, what I'm going to say is very challenging to a lot of people. I talk about this with many people, and I get blank stares, or I get angry stares, or I get talk back, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter, because again, it's all reflection. And I have to tell you, in 2024, I learned a lot about myself, about Sabrina the avatar, and how she has elevated her experience by honoring everyone who has left the earth, anyone who has been in danger, who's been hurt or wounded or traumatized, because she sees that in herself, in which she used to be angry at. But now I see it as like a beautiful thing, and I say, oh, I see it, and I realize that also I honor their journey, but I also realize that if I'm seeing it and if I'm getting angry with it, then if I can rectify the anger within me, then it will heal the earth, or it will heal the war, it will heal, This is the responsibility and the accountability of the souls on earth. This is like a journey for star seeds, for light workers, for way shores, for humans on earth. We get excited about the journey, but the journey is all about us moving through this and healing Gaia, and healing ourselves, and healing the planet, and healing everything, but by recognizing where, instead of recognizing the energies and motion that are coming up, and not dismissing the anger, the frustration, the sadness, not dismissing it, recognizing, say, okay, it's coming up. If it's coming up inside me, there must be something in the collective. And I am contributing to that anger in the collective. This is huge. And this is like a little part of it, but this is big. And I want it, I'm going to talk extensively about that, but a lot of things, because it's time, by the time we get into 2025, 2026, 27, 28, 29, to me, those years are monumental years of this journey. And I want to fully enjoy those years, because, I'm not saying that the world is going to end anytime soon, but I do believe in my heart of hearts, by the time in the next 5 years, we are in transformational stages where the bodies might diamondize and crystallize, and we might, start growing into our true form of 9-10 feet tall peoples. We might, that's the integration that's happening here. We might start the new journey, and in the meantime, can we fully enjoy this journey, this matrix world? Because to me, to enjoy this matrix world is to us to recognize and be accountable for how we destroyed her. We did that. And we can go start blaming devils and demons and satans, and I did for the longest time, but only because it was inside me. And perhaps I was a devil and a demon and a satanist in a past life, and that's how I could recognize it. And that's why I do the Akashic records. It's not fun and games when I do the Akashic Records. We go in and we talk about it. It comes up in the people's thing, and then they just brush it away. But this is something that is clearing in your field, and it could take months and years to clear in your field. But it's up to you to clear it. To recognize why you are a pirate in that past life, and why you were the devil, and why you murdered someone. You know, it's like, oh, I murdered, and oh my God, I can't believe I was a bad person. I was like, there's no bad. There's no right. There's no right and wrong or bad. And it's also past, it's done. Blick. But it's something that's within us too, that we keep bringing it back. And because it's within us and we just ignore it, because most of humanity, ignore. No. Let's drink it away. Let's smoke it away. Let's do this away. Let's like not even think about it. Let's like get distracted by the celebrity lifestyle in front of us. Oh my God, look at her. Look what she's wearing. Let's get all distracted by all this crapola so that the human cannot face up to the demons inside. The angels inside. To me, I see them as one and the same. You know, because we're everything. Because we're nothing. Right? We're light, which is nothing. It's absence, right? Darkness is absence of light. Like we're nothing. We're like light and dark. It's like shine. It's that realization that, wow, why am I focusing so much on this lack of, or this they abused me, they molested me, they hurt me, they died on me, and I feel abandoned, and it's like, they did that because you needed to learn to love yourself through this all. They did this because they were a part of you. A part of you needed to die. This is like existential almost. And I last night I was laughing in bed because I remember taking a philosophy class, a 101 philosophy in CEGEP, which is like a college right here in Quebec. And I literally got, I think, 27% on that, because it was, what is the sky, and why is it blue, and why does a chair have 4 legs? And I was like, and I completely rejected that course. And I play cards. I just played cards. I didn't even go to class, right? I was like living the best life, which I did. I lived the best life then. Anyways, but just to say, and I'm like, wow, I'm in this place right now where I'm actually questioning things like this. Why is a card a card? Because someone said it was a card? You know, the moment we put a label, an identity on it, becomes like something, but it's nothing. It's nothing. It's just like this today. It was funny. I started to, I walked around my house and I said, I'm going to go sit on this square thing that has legs on it instead of saying it's a chair. Because the more we solidify what things are, we kind of put legs and cement blocks in our mind, right? We create our program. So let's fuck up the program, right? And I thought that was genius, Sabrina. And I also heard it in a passing reel or something. I was like, oh, that's genius. So I was like, we rely so much on what is Sunday, I think. I don't know what, Saturday. I don't even know what. A few days ago, I'm driving in my car and I'm passing a college where my sister actually attended, and then I'm passing a children's hospital, and then I'm passing a university in the same block. And I'm like, and I start screaming in the car, oh my God, I'm such a high vibrational being of light who, this is not necessary. This is such a big program telling us that we need to go to school and we need to have these hospitals to heal, instead of being the healers and us tapping into our wisdom. And for the longest time, we have lost this sense of self, this sense of power. And just an hour ago, I was watching a video, and it was about some stupid video about and people commenting about celebrities, and I'm like, oh my God, people, what are you doing? Where in your life are you, like, why are you playing so small and giving away your energy? Your energy is your currency to this. But it's fun, Sabrina. Why can't we have fun in our life? Why do we have to think about this? I'm like, I'm not saying we could, but oh my God, is this the way you have fun? Like, seriously, you wouldn't have fun in innovation mode, in like thinking new expansive ways of being, or have fun in just like rolling around in the snow? You know, like, why are you expending energy on fake people's lives and wasting your energy fighting for them, right? Because you're not fighting for them, you're fighting for you. Like, everything is a reflection of you. Every single energy and emotion within you is you. And everyone out there that is disturbing you is you disturbing you. When you come to the realization of that, it changes everything. Because you're like, you become more aware of you. And it's not his fault or her fault and his and this. And us blaming is like you blaming God every single time. You blaming the universe. You blaming this. You know, it's like, no, we're going to blame... I was going to say his name, but we're going to blame American presidents, and we're going to blame they're the ones, they're causing chaos in the world. Even when I listen to spiritual channels and they're like, you know, they are, you know, I'm like, yo man, you're them and they. Am I like losing it here, but I'm the only one in this freaking world that can see that? Stop thinking there's someone else outside of you that's hurting or you, because you're hurting you when you're allowing that energy to hurt you. Instead of looking and say, fuck, you know, oh, I get it. Like this is the work I've been doing, and it sucks, the big banana. That person who stole from me in my life, which has happened many times, who stole from me, and that I was stealing from myself. Every single time. I don't blame this person anymore. I don't blame me either. I just see it, recognize it as an experience, and I'm done. I'm over it though. Like, I'm moving on. I'm human. I had a human experience. I'm gonna like sit in it. I'm gonna like feel sorry for myself. I'm gonna like blame other people for the way I'm feeling. And no, I'm gonna lead. I'm gonna guide by example. The hermit energy. Now, I brought out the card, the devil, because I used it. I don't remember who had it this week, but I used it this week in the tarot, and I thought this was phenomenal because the devil here is holding 2 cages, bird cages, with people, humans in it, and the cage doors are open. And this is, to me, everything. Because this, to me, is you have a choice. No one is holding you by the, no one is... handcuffing you to the door to stay in that relationship when he's cheating on you and when she's lying to you and when they're beating on you, and no one's like holding you there. You made a choice. Did you make a choice because it's your life lesson? Perhaps. Did you make a choice because you were scared? 100,000%. Most of it is fear. But can you recognize that it was your choice? And can you recognize that you know, that you love yourself right now, and that you've forgiven yourself right now as much as you've forgiven that person? And that's another thing I don't know if I talked about in my other Let's Talks, but I have forgiven I'm doing all the work of forgiving other people in my life, but I've forgotten to forgive myself. I forgot to forgive myself for choosing that person. I forgive myself for allowing that person to steal, to lie, you know, to talk to me that way. It's like we forget about ourselves, and that's a lot to do, and whether you're masculine or feminine watching here, but there's a lot of that having to do with the divine feminine energy in this matrix. How it's been stripped away over and over again, and it's this freaking programming, this feminist bullshit of like, oh, I can be a man. And it's like, why would you want to be a man? Why can't we just honor the men for the way they are and honor the women for the way they are? Why do you want to always be like, we're equal in our different ways, but we don't have to be, I don't have to be equal in strength to a man, because physiologically and biologically I am not. And I'm okay with that. In the same way with a man, like, you know what I'm saying? This is where there's a loss, there's a miscommunication, a disconnection to self in this Maya, in the samsara, which is the delusion. And now we are moving towards the Gaia. We're moving to this newer way of being, because I am acceptant of divine masculine energy, and I love the divine masculine energy for bringing, because they're the action, they're the doers, and I recognize that as the feminine, and I'm like, thank you. But there's so many freaking like weak masculines out there now that are afraid to do anything because of all this like fear-based bullshit that we've put it up here, like, oh, you can't, who do you think you are saying this, but I can say this because I'm a woman and I can say anything I want, and I can like treat everyone like a piece of shit now, because that's not being a divine feminine. But that's just a whole other video. And it's like, can we start forgiving ourselves for all of it? And can we start grieving this old self of ours that we're trying to hold on to? Trying to hold on to this old Sabrina, but she doesn't want to be saved. In fact, she wants to die because she's ready for the new. And you know, every time I say this to somebody, I'm sure a lot of you get this too, who's on this journey. Every time I say this, you know, they're like, oh, it's because you're still grieving your sister and you're going through the stages. I'm like, yo, man. And I allow them to talk because that's where their limit is. And I'm like, it's not that. Because you don't even know where, my sister is standing right next to me right now. You don't see her, but I don't see her, but I feel her. And she's the happiest person in the world, because she's not my sister anymore, but she's light. She's my soul fam. Like you are my soul fam. In physical form. We have this opportunity to all come together. And a lot of the humans out there do not want to move into this greatness. And to me, it's mind-boggling, because yes, it's a harrowing journey. Yes, it's like energetically insane in a membrane. Yes, it is. Oh, 100%. You know, and there's the ups that are really high, and there's the lows that are really low. But when we get down into the low, can we recognize it and love it and try to release it? As you know, like I was in a low last week, so low that but I wasn't unhappy. So it was a weird low, but I was low and I felt the energy, and I'm like, I'm gonna listen to my body. My body's talking to me, and that's so important to listen to your freaking bodies. Your bodies are always talking to you. Your body, your avatar is constantly saying, hey, you know, lay off that wine. You know, hey, no, those peanuts, no, it's not working for me right now. You know, like, listen to the body. I need to sleep. You know, last week I literally was insomniac. I slept 3 hours a night, a morning. I was up till like 4 in the morning. You know, and I fall asleep at 7 and wake up at 10. And I'm like, yo, 3 hours. But I had the energy of like, you know, I was going to say a fairy. Energy of a fairy. I was like, woo, everywhere, you know. People couldn't really tell. You could see a little bit, like physically, my eyes were a bit like shot. But the energy, you know, it's because our bodies are changing. And the work is being done at night and it's being done in the day. And it's just what it is. And I'm just accepting the journey. And like, I'm so happy to be here with you guys, because I'm able to share this with you. And it's really challenging not to be able to share this with everyone. Not everyone is open to this. Everyone just, whatever, the side eye, okay, whatever, yeah, Sabrina, you're living in La La Land. And I see more and more the La La Land coming true. And I find this a very beautiful journey. And it's as beautiful as it is ugly. But aren't they one and the same? To me, they're one and the same. And like, again, I bring up the devil because I see him right here, and I'm like, he's just here to show us that there's choices to be made on this journey, and the choices you make take you down a different path than the one that's probably supposed to be in your path. I just lost the card through my table. Hilarious. Like, what kind of sign is that? And totally, the signs are insane. I have been seeing 111, 1111, 1212 all the time. It's always like, I'm like compelled to look at the time. I'm like, oh, okay. And that is like always, you're guided, you're being guided, you're on the right path. Just continue moving forward. I keep getting the same message, and I want to share to you, and I will continue sharing this message to you. But it's very important that you hear this, because my guides or my higher self is continuously coming in saying, hey, I need you to know, and I need you to share this with everyone around you, that you're doing a phenomenal job. We praise you. We're not even, and like I was going to say on the other side, they're not, and then right now they're like, we're not on the other side. I'm like, I know, you're right in front of me. I'm like, I know. We praise you because you have elevated. You're elevating so quickly that even us, we're scrambling, because you guys are really pushing the envelope forward, kind of thing. You're really pushing those veils down, and you must know that because of your energy. That it's been crazy, and that you feel like it's this wild energy in your homes. You have to know that all this wild energy is coming out of you. It's you clearing everything. So it's never someone outside of you. Never, ever. And if it's someone outside of you, it's because it's just reflecting you. So every time you see, like I went to see a client recently, who I sent to another client of mine, who's a healer. But he's also, I don't know what, anyways, he can't walk. And he has a neurological problem. He can't speak very well either. But no, she was talking to me about the experience, and she started crying uncontrollably. She goes like, and I said, why are you crying? I said, I only see joy when I see this man. I said, like, everybody has their role in this lifetime, and if he's here, he started to walk without his cane too. I feel like he's an angel for me, and I'm like, or a devil, whatever, right? He's like, let's stop victimizing everyone. I mean, I understood right there that she was victimizing him, because inside her she felt like a victim, and that was beautiful. I had seen that. I was able to just be neutral about it and embrace it. But when you start recognizing it, it's just so much easier to start stepping into healing yourself from it, right? To say, okay, I recognize that I'm being a victim, and I just send him love, and I send myself love too. We are all one and the same. We're all each other. We're just mosaic pieces of puzzle. On one of my weeks of the tarot readings, I talked about the unique blueprint. We all have a unique blueprint. Yes, we're on this journey for something, but each of us is here with a special gift. We could all tap into the same gifts, but some of us have special gifts, special programs. And I cannot possibly be experiencing the same thing as you, because I did not have the same past life experiences as you. So I'm not clearing the same things as you are. And that's why we can't possibly look up to all these big gurus and spiritual teachers and mentors and listen to every single word that comes out of their mouths, because I'm not experiencing what they're experiencing. Like me too. I'm just sharing to you my experience. And if it resonates, maybe 1/10 resonates, or maybe 50% resonates, or maybe all of it resonates. But it's also for you to discern what is good for you and what's not, right? This is the journey. I'm only here to express my journey with you so that you can, and or not, or say, what the hell is she talking about? And that's fine. We're all from one pod. We all came in 144,444 original gangster souls who came in. And then everything else are just fractals. And the fractals are collapsing within the vessel, within the timelines, within the dimensions, within everything. And that's like other videos. But that's like what's going on. We're all jumping timelines. We're all like moving into other things. And it's not important. Stop attaching so much to, oh my God, yeah. When I do the Akashic records with my clients, don't attach to the information. Let it go. When you do my tarot readings, let the information go and let it flow. It's guidance. And it's always like, I truly feel with my followers who watch me on tarot, you guys are amazing, because I truly, I could feel your energy when I'm talking tarot to you guys. I said, this is for her, and this is for him, and this is for them, or this is this, and it's just to take it, trust in yourself, love yourself, let it go. The journey is not, oh, I let it go, Sabrina, I'm done, I'm clear. Oh, MG, you're not clear. I'm going to tell you right now, you're not clear. Nobody on this earth is clear, or else you're not here. Because if you're clear, then you're a crystal, or you're a diamond, and we're not that yet. So as long as we have a physical vessel, we are still working on clearing this vessel. And that's the journey, and that's the acceptance, and that's the love. Wow. I had a whole bunch of stuff I didn't even talk about. We all came in this journey with a unique blueprint. That's exactly right, Sabrina. Owning up to your inner wisdom will, make no mistake about it, make you an outcast in the program world. Instead of rejecting your weirdness, I'm writing what I wrote down. Embrace it. Being weird according to the normies doesn't mean wearing all white. Exactly. Doesn't mean acting outrageous or wearing, bohemian jewelry or smoking weed or consuming mushrooms, or everyone they're taking DMT, everyone's and doing ecstatic dancing all over the world. You see this on social media. This is not what it is. You could be a recluse and be on this journey, right? You could be living in a cave. You could be a factory worker, and you could be a light worker, because there's not an identity on this. It's really fully, to me, every single one of us is on this earth for a reason. So just recognizing when those emotions come up, even the ecstatic emotions, it's a reflection of you, right? If you see something happy, you're oh my God, and it's oh, that's inside me too. Everything is inside you. So I'm going to read a little bit, because this came in an automatic writing, and this is what I do. So we are light and human vessels having the human experience, which means feeling all the feels and living in the matrix. But now, my friends, we find ourselves at a threshold, at the edge of the world, the old world. So many wish for you to return to your old ways. Even your avatar is clinging on, but the lift off is here again. I do believe we are at the end of times with exposure in all areas of the world. And that comes at the surface level, the exposures that I speak of, right? The exposure of the religion, of politics, of all the areas that we deem as normal in this world, right? And that has to come up. And we've been feeling it for years, and we know it more and more. And I gotta say, this is a timeless let's talk, but let's just say December 24th of 2024, Jupiter square Saturn. That's huge. Because Saturn is this limitation, this very boxed in world, and Jupiter is expansive, big picture thinking, coming and squaring on Christmas Eve, people, and Christmas Day. So this is a time when the light worker is sitting in front of their family members, and it's You gotta own it. You gotta like hold back because you don't want to play in that game anymore. This is big. Anyways, I'll talk about it in my tarot video next week. All right, I was interrupted by iPad storage full. I guess I got to do a big cleanup over the holidays because it happens often in my tarot readings. This is a message for me that what I was going to continue talking to you wasn't necessary, so I will stop here. And I will stop here because this is what I want to talk to you about: forgiveness and mourning of my old self. A lot of us are in grieving mode. A lot of the energies are coming up and they're needing to clear. And if it's coming up because, and especially during the holiday season, which most of us are experiencing, whether it's Hanukkah, whether it's Kwanzaa, whether it's Christmas or whatever it is, even if you're not, you're friends with someone, like you have time off, right, from work, so you are spending time with people where we've been hiding a lot. And I just want to also pass this on. If your body or you keep getting the message to stay indoors, do so. Listen, you don't have to follow everybody else. Oh, because it's you have to see your grandma Jean, you haven't seen her in forever. And I was like, it's listen to yourself. Actually, the message I keep getting for December is to stay in, do the reflection. In the planetary transitions right now. The planetary, what is it? The planetary positioning, I guess. It's like massive retrograde season. Like retrogrades is to go and move inwards. Things are just gonna hit up against you. It's the holidays. Unfortunately, everyone comes from a little dysfunctional family, and we all are going to come head to head. And especially people here watching me, you definitely have views that are a bit more out there than most of your family. So I'm like taking the higher ground this year, and I'm just going to be the observer, because I really don't have to prove myself to anybody, and I also don't have to. I'm not here to change anybody, right? That's a realization that we've learned over the past 4 years. We all tried to change people's minds and change people's views, but at the end of the day, if that was their journey they chose to be, then that is it. And I choose to be on a trajectory towards change. I actually am the phoenix, and I'm burning from the ashes because I am ready for the next. And I know a lot of you are too, so let's get on that rocket ship. Let's move, right? It's like we're not here to, most of my life, I feel like I've always looked up to the rebels, I've always looked up, they're making change but we were the rebels, and we just didn't know it. We don't have to create change in this world. It doesn't have to be physical. It has to be going in, falling in love with not only your avatar, but your soul, with your higher self, with the divine purpose, with the divine, like fully, not in the things and the people and the places. It has nothing to do with that. They're just like a facade. They're just part of the movie. They're part of the illusion, and they're here playing their roles with you, and that's good, and I'm grateful for them. But at the same time, it's a journey. It's a solo journey as much as it is finding the soul tribe, but it's very much a solo journey. And it's very it's more down than up on the solo journey, because you're always like, oh my god, I think I'm crazy, or everyone else thinks I'm crazy, or I can't say this because then everyone's gonna think. And you get to a point where who cares? I always get, right now I'm like, you ask me a question, I'm gonna give you my answer. If it's gonna make you go perplexed and crunch your eyes and do whatever, may I do that. I feel like what's happening is that I say things and maybe they take 5% of what I said. That's a win. Where like years ago they were taking negative 100,000% from me because they were so much in fear. And now I'm actually speaking to so many more people who are clicking in again, which is kind of beautiful. And it's like, okay, you know, is our job done? No, but it's there. And my job and your job is really to sit with yourself, sit in your stillness. I would want to say that fully falling in love with yourself again, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, etherically, remembering, starting to remember, like not remember, but getting quiet so that your gifts can emerge, your inner wisdom can emerge, not relying on the old ways of thinking, not relying on, I don't want to be here to be like a Debbie Downer or whatever, but you know, I have books in my library and stuff like that, but all these books telling us how to be, what to do, where to go, it's like we're just filling our vessel with information that's not necessary, because you have it all inside you. And your job is to cancel, clear, delete your program with all that knowledge that we took on since we were 7 years old. It's a big feat for a lot of us to fully move into, to really trust the information that is coming out of our own blueprint. Not, and it's something that most people would never heard of. They're like, what are you talking about? No, the biologist says, and the philosopher said, and the scientist said, and you're like, okay, that's great for you. I don't know, but and I don't dishonor those experts of yore, because I was probably one of those experts of yore. But I choose to trust myself more. You know, I listen to people and they feel empowered, and they say, I learned this, Sabrina, and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, cool, amazing, but why is it important? It's not important. It's not important to me at this moment in time, because I'm in the process of deleting that information. It's a big turning point for a lot of us when you get onto this journey where you're like, I want to learn new. You know, I want to learn about me. I want to meet me again. You know, and I want to trust the crazy that's coming out of me, and I want to trust the ideas or whatever it is that's like emerging. I want to trust my telepathy, which I have. I want to trust that I will one day teleport. And I know that I can teleport, but it's not here right now for me because I'm not fully 100% trusting it, believing it. You know, I do believe I can fly. But every time I ask, like, you're not ready yet. I'm like, okay. Right? So there's a lot of I knows, but it's more the trusting. And that's where we're at. And this is what 2025 is to me. And this is what 2026 is to me. And this is every year becomes, because years are meaningless to our teams. They're like, whatever, it's like quantum. You know, like a year is a blip in time for us. I'm like, I know. For the human, it is not. We feel it all. So anyways, I'm going to stop here. Enjoy your journey is what I really want to tell you. Enjoy it to the fullest. Fall in love with the quirks about you. Get to know yourself. Not your name and your job and your skill. Not those. Get to know you by listening to the you that's inside and outside, the power that is you. You'll be surprised and amazed by what comes through when you open yourself to that. And stay weird. Please stay weird, people. Please stay and be you, you know, like do you. Try not to follow what everyone else is saying to you. Like, how many times people say, you're wearing black, so you're a witch. And I'm like, oh, whatever, man. I don't know what you're talking about. But I'm as light as I am. I just love black. Just leave me alone, right? I love to wear bejewels. I'm bejeweled. Woman, I don't give a flying F. What you think? Be you. Do you. Dress you. Whatever. You know, and it's like before I said that you want to like dress in bohemian jewelry and outrageously dance everywhere and smoke weed, then go for it, right? Like do it, but don't do it because that's what it means to be a spiritual being. Is what I hope you understood that, because there's no way to be a spiritual being because you are a light. You're a product of God in the universe. It has no substance. It has no material attached to it. You're light, and in this lifetime, I've chosen to be a black siren, right, with like bejewels, and it is what it is. Anyways, it's so silly because literally it's that we are not labels. We just are. Period. I just is. You is. Right? That's it. All right. Okay, I'll stop being weird. I love it though. And I just want to take this time to thank each and every one of you for watching my Let's Talks. Let's roll into this 2025 as crazy and vivacious and vibrationalist as we are, in highest frequency and the lowest frequency, and however you want to see it, because we are it. You are the power of the planet. You are the battery that's keeping it alive. So trust that. Trust yourself. Let's get on with this new life. This new path. Come on, peoples. All right. I love you, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.